Namaste. Welcome to this short practice for days when you just don't feel like doing a lot of movement, or you feel that your energy is really low, or you don't feel like rolling your mat out. Days when we lack a bit of motivation. And perhaps it's because there's something going on with your body. I sometimes have those days when my body just feels a bit achy and sore and just not in the mood. But often moving is the thing that will enhance our energetic flow, make us feel better. And usually if you do even just the tiniest bit, you feel that vindication of having done something, and it lifts your spirits regardless. So this practice can be done in bed. It really is for days when you feel like you can't even get out of the bed to do yoga. I've laid out my mat and I've got this folded blanket underneath where I'm going to put my body down. And if you're practicing on the floor, if you make it out of the bed onto the floor, then do cushion yourself and soften the floor against your body so that that enhances the experience of yoga. Okay, let us come down onto the mat. I do have a block here, and I've got a bolster handy too, but they're in lieu of perhaps the pillows that you might have around your sleeping space. So we're going to start just lying down. If you're in bed, take the pillow out from underneath the back of your head so that you're lying on the mattress itself, and just allow your arms to rest away from your body, bending your knees and placing your feet flat on the mattress or the floor. This posture is called constructive rest, and it really is a very nice posture to come back to experience how your body's feeling, to move your awareness around, to let your back body take that very neutral imprint, to soften your shoulders and release the effort of holding the body with the muscles in the back and the front of the body. If you like here, you can take your feet quite wide and lean your knees together, which is quite a nice way to just take the effort out of holding the knees upright. But if you prefer, you can keep your feet parallel. They don't have to be close together. Just allow them to fall wherever they land. Take a few moments just to notice how you're feeling. And that might be an emotional feel or a psychological feel. It might be something physical, sensation-wise in your body. And you don't have to get bogged down into the whys and wherefores of a little ache or pain, or a sense of anger or frustration or exhaustion. Just noticing, enough to name each sensation, each feeling. Always try and notice at least one good thing. One thing that feels at ease in the body. Perhaps it's a softening of the effort across your forehead. Perhaps it's a sense of space in your abdomen. Perhaps it's just that your arms feel relaxed. Allow that noticing of something at ease to ripple out through the body, to touch the areas where perhaps there's a little less ease, and invite them to soften. Notice your breath here. Without trying to control your natural breath, just watching a moment as it comes and goes. That coolness of air in through the nose and warmth of the breath as it leaves the body. If it's helpful here, you can sigh out with your exhalation. And allow that feeling of letting go of the breath to let go some of your tension. When you're ready, you can deepen your breath. And if you like here, you can rest your hands on your abdomen, or perhaps one on your heart, one on your belly. And as you deepen your breath, feel that expanse of the rib cage that you can draw the breath into. And perhaps just a little touch of action across the belly muscles as you exhale everything that there is to exhale. Without force, without strain. Long, deep breaths in. And long, slow breaths out. Even just breathing deeply and focusing on that deep breath, maintaining your awareness there, being mindful of the way that you're breathing, that enhances our metabolism, just breathing deeply alone. And sometimes that deep breath is just enough to allow you to feel like you've got more that you can do, or more to give, or more energy. And it's okay if it doesn't have that effect as well. At the end of your next long exhalation, you can allow your hands to rest wherever they're comfortable and let your breath find a natural rhythm again. Maybe just wiggle your shoulders against the floor or the mattress, and then allowing the back of the head to be really heavy, just gently swaying your nose from side to side. And depending on how you've slept, if you're not a back sleeper, then even just being in this constructive rest position is helping to ease a little bit of space into the body, particularly the back body. So you might feel that your head can travel a little further to each side as you twist, but there's no need to get anywhere in particular. We're not aiming to get our ears down or anything silly like that. Just a little bit of movement, allowing the back of the body to really let go of its tension. And then returning your head to center and lifting your arms up. And here we're just going to roll the wrists a few times in each direction. Maybe open the fingers wide and make fists, wide fingers and fists, maybe 3 or 4 times. And then with the palms facing each other, just reaching your right hand up and drawing your shoulder down again, and reaching your left hand up and drawing your shoulder down. So going from side to side, reaching fingertips towards the ceiling. The head is heavy still. You maybe feel the back of your shoulder peeling away from the mattress as you work. And when you've done one more to each side, we're gently going to rest the right arm over the left arm and hug ourselves. So reaching the arms to either side of the body, hugging yourself, maybe just giving your shoulders a little rock against your mattress or the floor, little side to side movement. The head can either move with you or stay still, it doesn't matter. And then taking your arms nice and wide, we'll cross the opposite way again. Left arm over right arm, hugging and just doing a little rocking side to side. And then bringing the arms back up in front of the chest, over the body, reaching the left arm over your head and the right arm down to your side. And then swapping sides. So a little bit of movement through the chest, a little bit of movement through the shoulders, the back of the body nice and relaxed. And you don't have to do anything in particular here. You don't have to firm your belly muscles or focus on anything. You're just finding a nice, easy way to move. And when you've done one more to each side, bringing your arms back to the center, giving them a little bit of a shake. Sometimes that's really nice to get some energy back into the muscles, and then rest the arms down to the side or out from the body, it doesn't matter. And we'll focus a little bit more on the low body. So here we're going to gently tip the tailbone so that you lift your pubic bone towards your body and flatten that space underneath the low back. And then roll the opposite way. Imagine you're pointing your pubic bone away from you, creating a little bit of space underneath the low back. So we're rocking backwards and forwards over the back of the pelvis. If you imagine your pelvis is like a clock, 6 is between your feet and 12 is up towards your belly button. You're rocking from 6 to 12 or 12 to 6, however you prefer to think of it. So a little backwards and forwards. And we're not looking for any particular range of movement, something nice and easy. And if you can do something without any discomfort, that's great. If you've got a bit of stiffness to work out, then you might have just a touch of that sort of stiff releasing feeling in this movement. When you're ready, you can come back to the center and then try a little side to side, a little 3 to 9 or left to right. And you can press into your feet, or you can use some of the tummy muscles to help here, whatever is available. Just a gentle rock of the pelvis from side to side. And when you're ready, if you want to, you can roll your pelvis in little circles. So we're really letting the back of the pelvis be quite heavy, the center of the pelvis really heavy down towards your bed or your mat, but rocking in a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise if you started in that direction. So that you circle around, you're beginning to stir some energy into these lower chakras, into the hips, and then going the opposite way as well. And it's quite a subtle movement, but it's deep. You're actually using some of your much deeper muscles, and by encouraging them to fire, they help to carry you in a way that allows some of your more superficial muscles to take a bit of a rest. It's a bit better for them. When you're ready, you can come back to the center, and then here, just with a touch of effort across the belly muscles, allowing the knees to sway a little from side to side. And it's great to do this with your feet apart to begin with. You get a bit more movement through your pelvis, but if it feels unstable to you at all, you can bring your feet and your knees much closer together. And as you wave from side to side, maybe you have the feeling that you could go just a little deeper. Remember, there's no need to get to any particular place. But if it feels good to you, if you feel an easing through the body, then allowing those knees to go just a little further from side to side. And if you wish to, then the next time your knees go to your left, you can allow them to rest there. If they don't come all the way down, use one of your pillows underneath your left leg, just to provide a bit of support. And if it feels good here, you can stretch your arms a little wider. You can turn your head to the right or to the left, it doesn't matter which. But find a nice comfortable place, it could be neutral of course, and just rest for a couple of deeper breaths. If it feels good, you can keep your eyes closed. If you feel like you would like to, you can blink your eyes open. Maybe take in some of the light in your surroundings. When you're ready, just bringing your head back to center if that's comfortable, and drawing your belly muscles a touch in to lift your knees up to the center, a little wiggle, from side to side, and then let them rest down to your right. Again, supporting your outside leg with a pillow if you need to. Softening the shoulders, just noticing how it's different on this side. Turning your head if you'd like to turn your head. Taking a few deep breaths. When you're ready, with a touch of effort through the belly muscles, bringing the body back to the center. And here, if it's comfortable, you can draw your knees into your chest. You don't have to do both at the same time. You can do one at a time if you like. But if you're comfortable holding both, you can hold both knees towards you and give your knees a little bit of a stir in either direction. And in a bed, this will feel less like a massage, but it does have a lovely internal massaging effect. So whilst you might feel less sensation in the muscles of the back of the body, you might feel a little bit more happening internally. When you're ready, you can go in the opposite direction. Go as slowly as you'd like. You don't need to go fast. And you can pause the video at this point if you'd like to do a bit more of this, or you can come back to this at any stage. If you're comfortable, you can come to the center and then make your knees go in opposite directions. I still like to hold on to them, but if you'd like to, you can of course do this without the hands on the knees. It takes a bit more muscular effort to do that, so maybe that will suit you. Whatever you're doing, going in both directions, so changing direction when you're ready. And there's something quite childlike about these movements. Rolling around on your back takes us back to the good old days when we were really little. So perhaps you can tap into some of that childlike spirit and energy within. When you're ready, you can bring your knees all the way together and make small stirring circles with the knees going in the same direction. And then a little in the opposite direction as well. If you feel it's available to you, you can bring your knees to center and then just gently draw your head towards your knees and your knees perhaps a little bit further into the chest and releasing down. If that's not available, just simply draw your knees towards you and release. That's okay too. But if you can, knees in towards knees and releasing. And just going a little bit backwards and forwards. And then when you're ready, taking your feet down towards your mattress or the floor, one at a time. And we're just going to finish with a little bridging type pose. So pressing into your feet, curling your pubic bone back towards that 12 position, lifting your hips up a little and down. And just going up and down. You don't have to move with your breath, but maybe you're inclined to. Just beginning to feel some of those muscles in the legs, perhaps engaging. You'll press your feet down into your mattress, into the floor. For a bit of support, you can engage in the buttock muscles as well. Feeling a little space through the upper body. And if you wish to, here, you can take one of your pillows and just place it underneath your pelvis. Perhaps it's a block, it doesn't have to be a cushion, but it could be. And just rest down. And if you like, in this position, you can keep the knees bent and the feet down, or you can begin to extend your legs, maybe one at a time, giving your foot a little bit of a wave from side to side to soften through that side of the pelvis. And then swapping sides. Extending your leg, giving a little bit of a wave. And then if you like, you can extend both legs, but that is completely optional. Only do that if it feels good. I love this one. I like to rest my arms out to the side or over my head. Makes me feel open, makes the front of my body feel spacious. And so often when we're in pain or if we're tired, we hunch ourselves forward. So sometimes just by taking the body in the opposite direction, you can tap into the opposite energy or begin to awaken it. So there's more available for your day. Whenever you're ready, you can be here as long as you like, but whenever you're ready, you can bring the feet back in and just ease whatever support you're using out from underneath your body. Take a moment here, and then rolling onto your side, spend a moment just preparing to come to an upright position. When you're ready, you can lengthen your top leg, press down with your hands, come up to sitting on the edge of your bed or sitting on the floor. And I hope that this has prepared you for the day. Don't forget to do some shoulder rolls, some neck rolls. And throughout your day, whenever you feel your energy ebbing, sometimes just a little stretch, a few deep breaths and a stretch will really help to give you just a touch of a boost, but remember to relax as well. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. I look forward to seeing you again. Namaste.